Hello, 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 my lovelies. You are tuned into another episode of Freaky Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai on Talk Radio, TAWK Radio. I apologize if there was a couple seconds there where you couldn't hear me because I'm here fumbling around. I'm at the side of the road. It is 80 something degrees in the evening in New York City right now. Can you believe it? Hot as hell. As the first time I came outside for the day, I've got this horrible migraine. And I think I should tell you guys this because at some points in the show, I might use some music to deflect from the pain in my head. I don't like taking medications and pills and stuff. It's normally some natural remedies I got. So I will be using some things this evening to assuage the pain in my head. You guys, and actually one of the sponsors that I'll be talking about this evening has natural products for different things. We'll be talking about that as well. Tonight's episode is going to be about, should strippers teach their daughters the trade? Right, so strippers teach their daughters the trade. So we'll have a discussion about that. That is in reference to the fact that there's a lot of fans that sent me in a video, I think that was going viral, of a pole dancer dancing around with her daughter sitting on her ass or something along those lines. I believe it's posted on our Facebook page. If it is not, it will be very soon. Like I said, you guys, I'm parked at the side of a road, so it's got all kinds of things flying past me in New York City. So just know that it's a live show. We keep everything unscripted here. I'm just here for you guys this evening. We're going to play some independent artist music, some signed artist music. I'm in the mood for all kinds of eclectic things tonight, so I don't know what kind of vibe I'll be on. Literally, we'll start it off right now, though, with one of our independent artists. This is Chapter 9's Bad Priority here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
A the big voice, big tune, bad artist. A the big voice, big tune, bad artist. A the big voice, big tune, bad artist. Yo, how enough I say them hype? True, them have a one house and them have a one car and I ride a big bike. But them other day a country and use coal stove and still I use candlelight. Them priority no right, them a floss in a night and broke in a daylight. Look at who them a say wife some old chill on pipe, now fi take off the stripe. One, some boy no fi live long car, them a live wrong, me a fi sing me song. Two, I me no business a who from you a move lube on you and your crew. Three, coulda never pay school fee, but them in a dance all pamper laughing spree. Four, me see liquor pour pan floor, but your mother they a country a sleep out a door. Five, them boy they no fi survive, me no inna that, them pitney them a deprive. Six, them a go lose like the next vote out, but this a no politics. Them a say them hype, true them have a one house and them have a one car and I ride a big bike. But them other day a country a use coal stove and still a use candlelight. Priority no right, them a floss in a night and broke in a daylight. Look at who them a say wife some old chill on pipe, me a fi take off the stripe. Yeah, me know them, me know the type, ever clean, ever bossy. Them ever hype, look into this like he's a sniper, we sniper woman, fi a live like him nah no life. Me like it's a baby we gripe, is a rebel angry like me want fi fight. No progression, dirty Israelite vagabond, but a man yeah, him do it fi spite. Make me rebuke them with all me might. Watch them a scatter light, them a scatter light. Don't come with me there, don't even try it. Fi gun them, yeah me have a right. Them a say them hype, true them have a one house and them have a one car and I ride a big bike. But them other day a country a use coal stove and still a use candlelight. Priority no right, them a floss in a night and broke in a daylight. Look at who them a say wife some old chill on pipe, me a fi take off the stripe. One, some boy no fi live long car, them a live wrong, me a fi sing me song. Two, I me no business a who from you a move lube on you and your crew. Three, coulda never pay school fee, but them in a dance all pamper laughing spree. Four, me see liquor pour pan floor, but your mother they a country a sleep out a door. Five, them boy they no fi survive, me no inna that, them pitney them a deprive. Six, them a go lose like the next vote out, but this a no politics. Them a say them hype, true them have a one house and them have a one car and I ride a big bike. But them other day a country a use coal stove and still a use candlelight. Priority no right, them a floss in a night and broke in a daylight. Look at who them a say wife some old chill on pipe, me a fi take off the stripe.
Freaky Fridays, you guys. Freaky Fridays here on talkradio.com with your hostess, Cypher Kai, on the side of the road in New York City, 80-something degrees outside at the moment. I'm going to dig into some of the emails tonight. I haven't done the email bag in a while. You guys said you miss it. Tonight's topic is going to be about all kinds of debauchery and sex and shit. We'll do some follow-up conversations about what we touched on last week in reference to this rent moratorium in New York City, that people don't have to pay rent until August 20th, I believe, August 20th, 2020, and some of the emotional and mental health tolls that this pandemic is having on people. So we'll have some interesting conversations tonight. We usually start the topic of the evening, which is, should strippers teach their daughters how to do their trade? Should they encourage their daughters to, partake in their trade? And so we're going to talk about that tonight, because you guys sent me in a bunch of videos and all those things about this topic. We'll touch on that. We usually start on the topic of the evening around 8:30. So I'm going to play some more music and come back. We'll dig into the email bag, and we will have some great discussions and conversations from there. This is Freaky Fridays. If you guys want to come on over and talk to me in the chat room, it's www.tawkradio.com/shows. tawkradio.com/shows. And if for some reason you come into the show late, or you want to catch up on archives from before, or to hear the archives of this particular episode, you can do that 5 minutes after I go off the live. I believe it's available on the website. And about 25 to 30 minutes it's available on Spotify, iHeart, Podcast Chaser, Podcast Addict, Google Podcasts, Deezer, and a couple other things. Yeah? So that's what we're talking about. But we're going to talk about the stripper thing around 8:30. I'm trying to preserve the F-bombs until about 15 minutes into the show. So if you're new to the platform, I don't want to traumatize you yet. But I'm going to play some more music here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. This one's going to be Jacob Pre, Charlie Black, Wine and Koch, the explicit version here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Wine and catch, girl, wine and catch.
Me like to brace pan it, me like to brace pan it, brace pan it. I'm like to back it too. Me like to brace pan it, I'm like to back it too. I'm like to back it too. Me like to brace pan it, I'm like to back it too, back it too, back it too, back it too.
I saw you bad.
When me a bend over, me a wine and catch. Inna the air, me a wine and catch. And a girl can't test how me wine and catch. Charlie, know you love it, how me wine and catch.
Check a premium up when you wine and catch. Position like a W, wine and catch. Dash out to tight, pum pum punch Charlie Black. Make a kid tip, so come wine and fat pussy. Now where you come from, wine for me. Make a keep on you like a pepper, still wine for me. Like a tennis ball, me when you fling it, give me. Your pussy wet like clothes, then make a key ring it. King out to tight pussy for me, baby. Me want brother. This a position, I go give you the data. Make a key shovel up your pussy like mix smarter. I will be your fuck master.
When me a bend over, me a wine and catch. Inna the air, me a wine and catch. And a girl can't test how me wine and catch. Charlie, know you love it, how me wine and catch.
Check a premium up when you wine and catch. Position like a W, wine and catch. Dash out to tight, pum pum punch Charlie Black. Make a key tip, so come wine and catch. You come already, you just want come again. Make a key still stand up like the clock of London. Inna the fucking dumb, me a the fucking done. I better say me fuck you till you want left your man.
The way you love me good, boy, me left me man already. And you give me good loving, so me ready for go steady. Put a ring pan it and give me a baby. Anybody ask is Charlie. When me a bend over, me a wine and catch. Inna the air, me a wine and catch. And a girl can't test how me wine and catch. Charlie, know you love it, how me wine and catch. Me like to brace pan it, me like to brace pan it, brace pan it. I'm like to back it too. Me like to brace pan it, I'm like to back it too. I'm like to back it too. Me like to brace pan it, I'm like to back it too, back it too, back it too, back it too.
I saw you bad.
When me a bend over, me a wine and catch. Inna the air, me a wine and catch. And a girl can't test how me wine and catch. Charlie, know you love it, how me wine and catch.
Check a premium up when you wine and catch. Position like a W, wine and catch. Dash out to tight, pum pum punch Charlie Black. Make a key tip, so come wine and fat pussy. Now where you come from, wine for me. Make a keep on you like a pepper, still wine for me. Like a tennis ball, me when you fling it, give me. Your pussy wet like clothes, then make a key ring it. King out to tight pussy for me, baby. Me want brother. This a position, I go give you the data. Make a key shovel up your pussy like mix smarter. I will be your fuck master.
When me a bend over, me a wine and catch. Inna the air, me a wine and catch. And a girl can't test how me wine and catch. Charlie, know you love it, how me wine and catch.
Check a premium up when you wine and catch. Position like a W, wine and catch. Dash out to tight, pum pum punch Charlie Black. Make a key tip, so come
just tell me why not catch. Charlie, know you love it, tell me why not catch.
Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio, Freaky Fridays on talkradio.com with your hostess Cypher Kai on the side of the road in New York City. You guys, I got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I can't bust any F words yet. 4 minutes still. So if you guys are now tuning in, the topic of the evening is going to be, should strippers teach their daughters how to do their trade? Main topic. I'll be digging into the emails as well. Let me give some shout outs right now. Take a moment to give some shout outs. So shout out to Mr. B. Shout out to Danny the Photog. Shout out to Udenic Media. Shout out to the Target. Shout out to my daughter, my little face twin, who should be maybe tuned in from Pennsylvania. You go, girl. And shout out to my daughter-in-law to be. I like to believe, daughter-in-law to be. Shout out to my rainbow community. Shout out also to the Sick Brand, SYCBRAND, the Sick Brand. Check them out. Simple yet complicated. Clothing line that has all kinds of wonderful things. Yes, shout them out. Shout out to Pure Plantonics. Wonderful sponsor of the show tonight. At some point this evening, I might be inclined to give out some money, but if you guys want to live text during the show your comments and commentary and any feedback you want to give on any of the questions or anything else you want to do, you've got two options. Go onto our website at www.tawkradio.com/shows. There's a player there. Click the talking bubble, takes you someplace. You can chat to me back and forth live, or you can hit me up on the text live number. There'll be no responses there, but if it pops in my face and I can see it, I'll read it live on the air. The interns and techs are not here, social distancing and all that, so I'm here trying to manage things on my own. So the text live number is 347-651-2468, 347-651-2468. You can use this number as I'm doing the live broadcast, and if you listen to the show in the archives and you want to give feedback on anything that you've heard, you can also text on that line. Yeah, so it's 347-651-2468. You can text back and forth your commentary through there. If I can see it, I will give you a shout out or read off whatever commentary that you're sending there. Would be a good place to do that. I'm going to play one more song and come back, dig into the email bags, and around 8:30 or so we'll start having this conversation about these strippers teaching their daughters their trade, and we'll have some other conversations about the toll, the emotional and mental health toll of this pandemic that's going on globally and the effects it's having on different people. And I have some more shout outs to give when I come back from this next song, because you guys are flooding me with things in front of my face right now, which I love, which means you're there and you're sharing it, so I appreciate you. The next one that we're going to play here is Vincy People by Skinny Fabulous here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Yeah, you see that place called 784? It's a different planet altogether. Hey, I see them lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan. Whoa, them Vincy people, nobody no bad like Vincy people. No, nobody no bad like Vincy people. Watching them with time up on your vehicle, them Vincy people. Hey, I say we mad and we all, bad and we bad all abroad. Some of the people them shouting no God. When we go party we party in hard. Take off your shoe, put it up in the air. Tell the security that we no care. Help on a table, stand up on a chair. Take out your matches and let up a flare. Lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan lighters, pagan nasty lighters, pagan. Whoa, them Vincy people, nobody no bad like Vincy people. No, nobody no bad like Vincy people. Watching them with time up on your vehicle, them Vincy people. Hey, everything that when we mash up the tongue. Be a blessing when we jump in a wrong. One in the weed and we drinking the rum. Mash up the floor when we jump on the tongue. Vincy me go and Vincy me from. You know that me born from the dead and me born. Me gal and me rock and me flag and me hand. To turn up the fete is the only mission. Not on the south, on the east, on the west. Fire and loot, let's mash up the fete. Hyper 4,000 and crab of finesse. Big up to Casper, she up in the fete. Royal and Lassie and all of the rest. Zigs, pixel times in the set. Smart circuit, they don't see nothing yet. Big just come and she mash up the fete. Help on film, but we cannot forget. Big up Jimsy because we give him respect. Problem child, he does right for the best. Mason and rock and make everything wet. Skinny Fabulous, I come off for the jet. When I mash up the fete, if you give me the check. Anywhere me step, place of a wreck. How you know that we as Vincy people? Nobody no bad like Vincy people. Watch it them work climb up on your vehicle. Nobody no bad like Vincy people. Them Vincy people. Hey, lighters, pagan
talkradio.com's Freaky Fucking Fridays. It's 8:15 officially, you guys. 8:16. I can start flying the fucks now. It is 8:16. Freaky Fridays, Freaky Fucking Fridays on talkradio.com with your host, Cypher Kyla. And look it. I want to give some special shout outs tonight, right? Going to give some special shout outs to, this is just about being connected to the show, divinely connected to the show, fans of the show, right? So some of the people I'm going to shout out happen to be essential workers, but more than that, they are talkers. They are tuned into talk radio, fans of talk radio, new fans of talk radio, whatever this is, you guys are making this shit a movement. I've figured out now that talk radio is also an essential service, right? I'm an essential worker, effectively. So shout out to all of us, right? So I want to give some special shout outs to some people that are tuned in. So I think we got some, hopefully we're going to make some new fans tonight. So I'm going to go in the list of people to shout out, starting out with a particular set of people that I hope are either tuned in or will hear this in the archive. But I know some of them are tuned in. I want to give a shout out to Miss Jasmine Ford. Miss Jasmine Ford is an essential worker. She's at the University of Maryland Medical Center in downtown Baltimore. But she also wanted me to shout out some of her co-workers. All right. So the employees of 13 East and West, the biocontainment unit, who is dealing with positive COVID-19 patients, saving lives where they can and brokenhearted when they slip away. Yeah. So shout out to the staff that is tuned in from University of Maryland Medical Center in downtown Baltimore, particularly Miss Jasmine Ford, who I hope is telling all of her co-workers about said show, so they are having a good time and tuning in and enjoying themselves. Yes, so that's hopefully going to be a movement over there. I don't want you guys getting in trouble. I didn't want to say your name so plainly. Hopefully you guys are not going to get into any trouble for this. Yes, but you're tuned in and divinely connected to talk radio. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Like I said, I'm at the side of the road. I'm trying to make sure no one crashes into me as I'm parked where I am parked at the moment. So that's how we do it here. Also want to shout out to the staff who is tuned in, all of the phlebotomists that are tuned in from New York Presbyterian Hospital. I also want to give a shout out to the janitorial staff that's tuned in from Kings County Hospital and Brookdale Hospital, letting me know they're there. They're specifically telling me what departments they work in, is why I'm shouting them out that way. Yes, I also want to give a shout out to all of the construction workers that I passed outside today, who are outside in the hot sun still doing the things that they needed to do. Shout out to the cops who are out here behaving themselves and doing their jobs and not kicking people's asses for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys. I do have an appreciation for those of you who are in blue who do the things that you're supposed to do. Yes? So, divinely connected to the show. Yes. Freaky Fridays here on Talk Radio. So let's get into the email bag really quickly, so we can start touching on this topic. So this one says, how do I take care of her when she's on her period? How do I take care of my girlfriend? She's long distance when she's on her period. She told me that she's on her period and that there's pain in her stomach. I don't know what to do. How do I take care of her? I love her with my whole heart, but I feel like I'm useless because I can't do anything because of the long distance relationship. Any advice would be appreciated. Really? Well, first of all, you're cute, right? But that's something that we kind of suffer with as women. There's really nothing much you can do long distance. Now, I had the pleasure of dating someone one time that was so connected to me that he just merely had to put his hands on my stomach and it would erase my cramps completely. Better than any pill I could take or any tea I could drink or anything like that. I don't know. But there is one of the sponsors I'm going to be introducing you guys to on the show that does have products that you could potentially use to buy and send to her to use. And I'm not just plugging them. I'm saying I actually use this stuff, and I'll give you guys some testimony on some of the oils that they have that I've used, some of the products they have that I've used, so that you'll know what's what, and you can purchase some if you'd like and give me some feedback on that and whatever. So everybody has something to say on this, really. Okay. You could be a scientific genius and solve the problem that is menstruation. You can make $1 billion. You guys are being such assholes right now. Okay, so yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean, you can tell her to drink some tea. You can, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, from long distance, like I said, I'll mention what this new sponsor has. Maybe you can buy some things for her and send it. Again, not a shameless plug, just kind of honest. The best thing is just to kind of just, you know, kind words, or do whatever she asks. That's, you know what, best advice I can give you is to do whatever she asks. If she asks you to leave her alone, if she says she's got a migraine or whatever else, just respect it, right? Just kind of don't push. It only lasts a week. When it's done, then you guys can have naughty phone camera sex or something like that. So just don't push the issue. It's going to be okay. I promise you it's going to be okay. You know, this is something that we need to go through, whatever. Next, what's the next one? Oh God, you guys, okay. When you send emails in, please, so questions@tawkradio.com if you want to send your questions in. But what you can't do, please don't send me paragraphs and stories. 4 to 6 sentences is great and greatly appreciated, but don't send me like 3 million things, right? Don't send me 3 million things. I have no idea what's happening right now. I'm sorry. Again, you guys, I'm a little distracted. I'm watching something that is disturbing me right now on the side of the road. I'm going to play some more music and come back, because again, this is live radio and unscripted. But when I come back on the other side of this, we'll start the conversation tonight on this Freaky Fridays, which is, would you teach a stripper? Oh God, blah, 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 blah. Should a stripper teach her daughter her trade? Should a stripper teach her daughter her trade? That's what we're going to talk about. And a few other things as we get back into this email bag. And I make sure that I'm safe here, parked on the side of this road out here right now in New York City. So right now I'm going to get into some Beast Mode from Leah Wynn here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. Independent artist.
Russ, let me talk to him. Yeah. Badass with an attitude. Yeah. Leah Wynn, uptown boogie down Bronx, bitch. Uptown. Nigga, don't forget it again. Heard all these bitches wanna fuck with me now. Nah, keep that same energy. CEO, head honcho, and press president. Whenever you addressing me, 2-seater skirt in my whip. Drop the top like I'm showing off my tits. Got a crazy nigga that'll pop with a clip. When they hit the target, I hopscotch on a dick. Man down. You're not about the action, you're a noun. Calm my vibes, they hate when I come back around. Make a hot head hoe simmer down, and they know it now, bitch. Number 1 next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. If a bitch try to get loco, on our face, Timberland logo. Don't let up until we see Rojo. Say no names, no more free promo. Shh, I said what I said. You mad your nigga all in my DMs. He know this pussy top tier. He wanna eat it, then leave with me all in his beard. You don't compare, I make him bust quick. Pussy so fat, look like a tuck dick. Waist on snatch and thighs is dumb thick. Eyeliner sharp and cut a bum bitch. Shaking in their denim, cause I'm spitting words like venom. Leah got these hoes feeling paranoid, but with no delay to switch blade. Turn your face and your J's to some corduroys. Number 1 next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. Number 1 next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. It's Leah Wynn. I know they really mad now. They like really motherfucking bad, you know? Killing these hoes. They like, I know they mad at feeling up. I know they mad at singing bitches really fucking killing up. Nah, let me stop. I'm done on these niggas.
Okay. It's Freaky Fridays here on TalkRadio.com with your host, Cypher Kai. So, yes, I was looking at something really foolish going on. It seems as though I thought I saw my neighbor pass on a scooter without a helmet, just doing really reckless shit. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay. Well, that's how you're going to live your life. Okay, let me just say that you guys are going to think I'm really callous. But when people intentionally do things to hurt themselves, I don't have a lot of compassion for them. I really don't. No empathy there. And I don't have time for slow singing and flower bringing. Again, to people who do stupid stuff. I don't promote it. I don't encourage it. And I won't reward it. So that's what it caught me off guard. I said, does that look like somebody I know doing a proper wheelie on an electric scooter with no headgear on? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to hear about that later. But anyway, this is Freaky Fridays here on TalkRadio.com with your host, Cypher Car. It's not quite 8:30 yet. Tonight's topic is going to be, should strippers teach their daughters their trade? Should they teach them their trade? And this is based on a video that came in from a bunch of the fans showing me a video of a young lady doing some things on a pole and some other things. And yes, it's going to be delightful because you know my mouth has no manners whatsoever. I was completely dragged up and not raised at all. So that's kind of what that is. So I want to give a shout out to the country that made the biggest movement over the course of the week. I know I've not done this in a while, but let me say this. I can't pronounce the name, but it was Sweden. There was a specific part of Sweden, Osthammar, I think it's Osthammar, something like that, made the biggest movement. I don't know who's sharing this link for you guys to get it over there, but I can tell you I appreciate you immensely for tuning in. And it was funny because I was sitting with one of my people this week and we were talking about something and they were making a joke saying, yeah, I'm sure your fans in Norway find you just as amusing as I do or something like that. I said, you know what, I've checked the stats and all this time I checked the stats, I don't think I've ever seen anybody from Sweden, any gigantic movements from Sweden. Not to say they don't listen, but there's no major movements. So when he said it and I checked it, it wasn't quite Norway, Sweden, another part of Sweden, but nonetheless, Sweden is doing their thing. Also Paris, France was tuned in last week, in Spetses, Greece, I believe, or a couple of weeks ago or something. So you guys are definitely making this an international movement. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. Again, the number to reach out if you are wanting to send a shout out, if you're liking what you're hearing, you just want to say how much you love the show. The number is 347-651-2468. 347-651-2468. Sorry, it's a new number. You can text live, like right now while I'm on the line. You can text into that number, send your shout outs there. I can see them and read them. A lot of people are doing it, so I'm giving these shout outs as I'm going along. Also, Greg wants to tell his baby mother how great her vagina is, right? That's exactly what he said, vagina. I would have said the right words. Whatever you text me, because this is an adult platform, I will read that shit. Exactly as you send it, I will read it. I swear. Right? So 347-651-2468. You guys take advantage. If for some reason you listen to the show in the archive and you have something you want to say, you feel strongly about a topic, or you want to give some feedback, you can also use the number then as well. I won't be able to read it live, obviously, but I will get to see the messages. I do get to go through them from time to time and sift through them and see. So if I see something that catches my attention, I will bring it to your attention on another show. I'm trying to talk a little bit and waste some time before we start speaking about the topic tonight. I'm just saying. Okay. No. All right. They're asking if they can. Okay, yes. I will do it again. So I'm hearing that there are some lovely nurses and probably some handsome male staff also at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore, and that they heard the shout out that Miss Jasmine Ford arranged for them over there working so hard, and they wanted to know if we could do it again. So God damn it, yes, we can do it again. Of course we can do it again. I want to shout out specifically to the staff that is tuned in, who is doing their hard work, enjoying the goddamn show. I hope you're enjoying the damn show. This is your downtime. You deserve this. This is something you deserve. This is just for you. The music, the debauchery, the grown-up goddamn conversations. We're also going to do, you know what? I'm going to get something special. I'm going to do something special live and impromptu on the show right now for the staff, specifically at the University of Maryland Hospital in Baltimore. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shout out again. I'm going to read it properly. I don't want to fuck it up. She's very specific and who to shout out. I'm going to shout out the entire staff at the hospital that's tuned in, but specifically to Miss Jasmine Ford and the employees of 13 East and West in the biocontainment unit, who's dealing with the positive COVID-19 patients, saving lives where they can and brokenhearted when they can't. But outside of that, because I know you guys have really long hours, and obviously it's not safe for you to be interacting with too many people outside of who you work with and directly in your home. I know you guys are grown and sexy and probably sexually frustrated as fuck. Yes? So I'm going to do a special sex toy giveaway for someone who works at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore tonight. So if you are connected to the show, if you work at that place, I want you guys to hit up the number 347-651-2468. I'm going to give away two things. We have a vibrating egg that you insert into your vagina, and you use it with like a little mouse controller type thing comes with it. We'll give you batteries and everything. Send it overnight delivery through FedEx, all kinds of wonderful shit for you. And then I'm going to give away a paddle. I think we have a few. One of them says I think bitch on it or something like that, and one has little spikes on it. It is not hard. It's not the spikes that's gonna like hurt you, you know. But if you've got a nice healthy ass, you can take a little beating with it and enjoy yourself. Yes. And we have anal butt plugs. We have butt plugs. So decide what you want. Nobody will know. It's all a secret, right? So you can shout out on that line, 347-651-2468, specifically for the staff that works at the University of Maryland hospital. Anyone in that hospital, right? This is specifically for you. So if you want to win one of these sex toys, reach out on that line, 347-651-2468. Say that you want it. Tell me your name so I can shout you out. I will not say on the air what you chose as your gift. So we'll keep it private, or your coochie business private, or your booty business private. But that's a special giveaway just for you guys over there at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland. There you go. Just for you, for being divinely connected to Talk Radio. Yes. All right, so let's stop talking. It's 8:32. Should strippers teach their daughters how to fucking strip? Hell fucking no. And let me say this, right? So look, the video that went around was of a pole dancer with a daughter. The little girl I don't think she could walk yet, right? She's shimmying up this pole. She had to be under 2 years old. And so this young lady's on the pole. She's in her little bikini and her G-string, and she's up on the pole, upside down. She's got the daughter sitting on her ass as she twirls around. Now, it was very impressive to watch what she was doing. Right, very impressive. She's very limber, you know, clean skin, no stretch marks and all that. Let's give credit where credit is due. Sure, she makes a lot of money. The problem for me, though, was in looking at this from a female perspective, from a mom perspective, from a talk show host perspective, I'm like, what the entire fuck am I looking at? So, you know, everyone's asking my feedback, and the first thing I'm thinking, I had a lot of people telling me, oh my God, they saw the video and they thought, they were so afraid they couldn't watch the rest of it because they thought the little girl was going to fall or hurt herself or whatever. So I can say no babies were harmed in the filming of that tape, right? At least not in the short clip that I got to see. But all I kept thinking to myself was, okay, so she's here twirling on this pole that she has in her house. If she's entertaining other men in the house or doing shows in the house, or she just do it live on cameras and things, I don't know. But all I kept thinking was, who's calling ACS for this bitch? Because not only are you exploiting your daughter, but she's sitting on your ass as you're upside down and potentially can fall. She's shimmying up a pole like a firefighter in reverse. And I'm thinking, she couldn't possibly think that this was a good thing to do, and on camera nonetheless. So people, let's talk about this. I need you guys to hit me up in the chat room or on the text live line. It's 347-651-2468. Let us discuss this nonsensory. This is the kind of thing that makes me make up words, because I'm like, what was she really thinking? What was going on in her head? Right? That is like the epitome of stupidity and selfishness. And there's so many pedophiles online, which is going to create a whole nother conversation that we'll have another time. But there's so many pedophiles online. Anything that you do that will encourage people to see your child in a way other than someone innocent that needs to be protected, that is absolutely on you as a mom, isn't it? Your first job over any desires you have, any inclinations you have, any addictions you have, is to always be protective of your children, men and women, boys and girls. And let me say this, because our conversations start one way, you know, and they always end up going to something else. Because the show is unscripted and live, I never know where we're going to go with this thing. But I'm saying to myself, and I have a theory, and you guys don't have to agree with it. We can respectfully agree to disagree. But I believe, and I've mentioned this on the show before, that when women do anything, so whether they have their profile picture with their kids in it, or especially when they're on dating sites specifically, you can have your kids in a social media post, right? You want to show what your kids look like or whatever. I don't like to do that particularly, but I understand that people do it. But when you're on dating sites, when you are having your status on your thing say single, when you're doing things and you are having your child, a small child with you in a picture with you, I always feel like whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously, you're kind of saying to someone, look, I'm advertising both of us, right? Because this is not the way you let people know that you got a kid, yeah? Because I'm a single parent. My kids are grown now, right? But I'm a single parent. And so when you want people to know, or potential suitors to know you've got children, you have a fucking conversation about it, right? We're talking. We sit down. Hey, what's your zodiac sign? What's the last time you dated? Da, 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 da. Oh, I got 3 kids. This is a conversation that comes up. This is not something that doesn't come up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to post my 3 children in a picture with me, especially if they're minors, to let people know I've got children. I don't need them to know what they look like. I don't need them taking their faces and superimposing them on naked bodies or any of the crazy shit that people do. Right? So I always feel like when women do this, when they exploit their children, boys or girls, that they're effectively, consciously or subconsciously telling people we come as a package, right? Because there's so many women that will overlook sexual indiscretions with their children for the sake of living a certain lifestyle. Fuck it, I said that. I said that. I'm saying, I'm not taking it back. I said that. There, especially in the West Indian community, and I'm going to call a spade a spade. It's going to be a deeper conversation to have, but I believe that. I have lived through that. That is my truth. There are some women that will overlook not only a sexual indiscretion, but multiple sexual indiscretions to keep a certain lifestyle, to keep a certain image, to keep a man in their life and in their bed over the well-being of their children. And it's not exclusive to just little girls getting molested by their stepfathers or uncles or whatever. It happens to boys too. And it happens to boys sometimes from men, sometimes from women. Oh, because see, it's not always a good thing. It's not always a wanted thing to say, oh, well, it's a notch on my belt that as a 13-year-old boy or a 10-year-old boy, some grown woman allowed you to suck on her breast or lick her vagina or something like that. It's traumatic. It's not something they wanted. It's still molestation. It doesn't matter how you want to flesh it out. It's still molestation. It's still fucking wrong. And if there's something unwarranted, it's wrong. Right? But we're going to talk about these things. Like I said, it's not a one-trick pony here on the show. Shout out to Mr. Politico, right? Shout out to Ven, who tunes in to the show. Again, shout out to Udenic Media, who keeps us tuned up and tuned in with all kinds of good new music here on the show. It's getting a little deep, you guys, but it's okay. Getting a little deep, but it's okay. This is Freaky Fucking Fridays here on talkradio.com. I'm inclined to do this giveaway. So again, we're going to give one set of gifts to the staff at the University of Maryland Medical Center, some sexual toys of your choosing. If you hit us up on 347-651-2468 and let us know that you're tuned in and that you want something because you're a little frustrated. I can't think of any more safer. The safest sex you can have is self-pleasure, especially in the middle of the pandemic. You know what to do, how far to do, how deep to do, how intense to be. And you keep yourself clean. Yes? So that's the best sex you can have right now, is self-pleasuring, self-love. Get to know yourself and your body. Anyway, right now, Safety 2020 here on Freaky Fridays on talkradio.com.
Sometimes I wanna fall in love because I'm sick of lies. When you're not around, all I got is tears in my eyes. Mama praying, saying, boy, that you'll be fine. You're the first and the last thing that's always on my mind. I need you come over and set me down. Tell them all that you love me now. Please don't you ever put me down. Make me put this gun down now.
me go, I take you home, make sure you're right. I'm into you, we in the mood, baby, let's vibe. When you're moving your waistline, it take time, oh. Go low, yeah. When they ensemble, anything you need, don't go give double. I there for you when you're in trouble. Tell me what you want, I'ma go hustle, ah. Come and save me, take your heart off safety. The other girl don't face me, I want you to be my baby.
I need you come over and save me. I need to put this gun on safety. I hate that you just said you hate me. I need you come over and save me right now. I need you come over and save me. I need to put this gun on safety. I hate that you just said you hate me. I need you come over and save me right now.
Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. So I was told that there is an emergency happening at the hospital, at most of the hospitals that are going on right now. So again, I appreciate the staff that's sneaking away or having the show in your ears just to keep you a little level and you know, just a little bit calmer in the midst of all the things that you're dealing with. So we do appreciate what you guys are doing. Again, there is a sex toy giveaway exclusively for the staff at any hospitals really, but we're gearing it towards the staff at the University of Baltimore Medical Center. Because you guys I know are working really hard hours. There's a sex toy giveaway for you guys. If you're interested in getting one of the sex toys this evening, a vibrating egg or a paddle, feel free to call us at 347-651-2468. 347-651-2468. And we will be very, very happy to accommodate you guys in getting those toys. I'm sorry, something is happening around me now, so let me go ahead and check and see what's going on. Let me put some music back on for you and we will come back. This one is called Big Big by Chris Martin here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
Shame me from a little and the country, me know me did I go far. Enough people look and never see nothing but me see a star. So many name in bright lights and face in cinemas. Them used to say my chest high, but look at me now, in full control. Before in a push start, press gas go. Designer clothes and shoes like wow. And I hype me just to show you how my grow. Remember up a country when I did a climb tree. I forgot river come I couldn't garbage. Only time I come a town I must sit on a church tree. Part them carry me go airport figure pick up family. Know that family's me. Ooh wee. If you know what for me then I'm sorry. Cause job bless me. Ooh wee. I'm a block and delete the wicked girl poverty right now man. Big, big, big. Car big, big, big. House big, big, big. I'm a girl them at your afraid. I'm a bank book big, big, big. Lifestyle big, big, big. Wanna do it big, big, big. From a little bit of someone want live Jordan. Imagine if a youth like me did born in a money. Get a jump start from a rich daddy or mommy. With the drive of me have and the ambition within. Make me tell you straight, nobody couldn't tell me nothing. All of my friends them would have rich long time. Got from me rich, them rich too. Me know myself to share my wealth, that wouldn't be no issue. Give me knowledge to the one them are willing to listen. Real done in a the land man a lion. Some boy a kitten man. Big, big, big. Car big, big, big. House big, big, big. I'm a girl, them at your afraid. I'm a bank book big, big, big. Lifestyle big, big, big. Man, I do it big, big, big. From a little bit of someone want live chimney. Money put my mind consistently. Me nah no time for none of me enemy. Big moves, man, I make nothing only lay. Give thanks to I'm a dad. Name big in every country. The love is real, oh yeah. Anyway, you see me as I see me, this enough to say, man. Big, big, big. Car big, big, big.
House big, big, big. Girl, them at ya. Big, big, big. Lifestyle, big, big, big. Wanna do it big, so big, big, big. From a little bit of summer one, let me say a summer one. Summer one. Yeah, yeah. Summer one live. Man, I feel live big, big, big. Already so big, big, so big, 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 real big. Tell us I'm big, but tell them I'm big.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. All right, you guys, I'm okay. I just literally saw some DTs run up on somebody out here where I'm sitting parked at, and it looked as though it was somebody I might know. So I just wanted to make sure everything was cool. They seem to be handling it very well. No one's getting abused or anything like that, but they came creeping. I'm sitting in here parked and I'm watching a car came on the block with no lights on. And then an officer came from behind me in plain clothes. I could see his gun holstered at his side and not even in the vehicle or anything. It's kind of creeping. Like, so I don't know if they're running over somebody checking a warrant or a probation violation or something, but it just seems like something I need to pay attention to because bullets fly everywhere and they have no direction. I just wanted to make sure that I stay safe out here as I'm broadcasting the show. Like I said, this is as live as it gets, right? This is like live radio. Yes? All right, so this is Freaky Fridays with your hostess, Cypher Kai. Tonight we're talking about, should strippers teach their daughters their trade? And so the guys are very vocal about this. They're like, hell fucking no. If it was my baby mother, I would fuck her up. Thotting has gone to a whole new level. Thotting has gone to a whole new level. Is what the guys are saying. They're not happy about this. Now, here's the double standard, though, guys. Let me hit you with this. So you guys are so inclined to go out to the strip club. Some of you will spend, your utility money on this, insurance money on this, all kinds of other things, all kinds of debauchery. Do you not realize that at some point these strippers were somebody's daughters as well? Right? So are you opposed to them teaching it to their daughters because of the age of the young lady in the video? Are you opposed to them teaching it to their daughters in general? And are you concerned at all about, especially you absentee fathers, that at some point your daughter, in having that empty space in her chest and not having that male guidance, that she can potentially become a stripper? All right, let's get deep with this shit. Right? Let's talk about this on Talk Radio. What is your exact objection? Because at some point, this pole dancer and all the other pole dancers and strippers were and are someone's daughters. So how do you feel about that? That's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about here on Talk Radio. The lady's like, oh, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's very artistic. It is artistic. And like I said, I started out by saying she was very limber, her skin was very clear, the whole 9 yards. My issue that I have with it is that it's a baby in the video. Now, had the young lady that she was instructing been, an older girl, she's like, oh, mommy, teach me the tricks of the trade. So teach me how to use the pole, teach me what to look out for in the club, teach me how to watch my back when I'm leaving so guys are not stalking me and following me, that kind of thing, actual instruction. But if you're just simply saying, it's okay to twirl my infant daughter in her Pampers around on my ass while I'm half naked on camera, I don't think there's nothing good or okay about doing that. Like, absolutely nothing. I'm just saying. Freaky Fridays here on TalkRadio.com with your host, Cypher Kai. At around 9 o'clock, I will jump back into the email bags temporarily, and then I will follow up with a few things I said I'll do from last week, which is I'll mention a couple places that were hiring. So I was only able to come across a few things in my passing moving around New York City. I know that I drove past a KFC, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, in Brooklyn on Utica Avenue and I believe East New York Avenue. They had a hiring sign up on their marquee. There's also a Family Dollar on East New York Avenue, and what was that? East New York, I want to say on like Schenectady Avenue, they were hiring as well. I know a lot of the supermarkets are hiring, so you guys check into those things. We did say if you were willing to work, and this is more jobs for like younger people or people who can lift a certain weight, that they can go and do these jobs. I know a lot of these jobs are much more laborious than what is normally done by most people who have sit-down jobs or banking jobs or whatever, but there are places that are still hiring. Again, I'm still trying to talk on the air and keep track of what's happening. Somebody is videotaping something, so something's getting a little out of hand. As long as everything stays copacetic. The great thing is where I'm parked right now is a predominantly Jewish neighborhood in New York, which means for the most part, it tends to be a bit safer. They tend to behave themselves because it is Sabbath for them right now. So they tend not to make a lot of ruckus. And I'm almost thinking that's the reason why they came on the block without any sirens or any lights. So to just kind of keep the level and the Sabbath in order. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. But anyway, we'll play some music here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. This one is Simigano on Grammy. I always mess it up every week. Simigano on Grammy by John Z here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
John, están parando en la 30. Ten cuidado, que tú siempre estás fumado con los cristales tinteados. Te amo, que Dios te bendiga. Ten cuidado.
Si me gano un Grammy, luzo el cenicero. Muchos enemigos por culpa de ser sincero. Leal mi corillo, no son traicioneros. Aquí nadie chotea, que nos maten primero. Antes era ratero, ahora soy trapero. Mi vida cambió por culpa del dinero. Yo siempre fui feliz, eso no es lo que quiero. Mentira, cabrón, si es lo que quiere el mundo entero. Chavos y mujeres, fama y placeres. Donde quiera que voy, todo el mundo me quiere. Yo no he cambiado, cambiaron ustedes. Yo sigo siendo el mismo, ahora con los poderes. Confía en quien tú eres, mi maíz me lo decía. Cuídate de la envidia y de la hipocresía. Y de los policías porque siempre estoy fumado. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. 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 Porque siempre estoy fumado. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Porque siempre estoy fumado. Si me gano un Grammy, mi familia enloquece. Si no me lo gano, le robo uno a calle 13. Hablan de mí, palabrazo ese. Grammy pa' John Z, él no se lo merece. Quieren que tropiece, yo quiero verlos bien. Por eso me llueve, billetes de 100. Yo no juzgo a nadie, yo no soy quien. Por eso me bendice Dios y a los míos también. Blitz, mi país me dijo, no te la eches. No confíes en cualquiera, que las manos te estrechen. A no mirar para el lado, que el tiempo aproveche. Que el que está pendiente al bicho lo que busca es leche. No hay puta que me fleche, mi maíz me lo decía. Cuídate de la envidia y de la hipocresía. De la D y la CIA porque siempre estoy fumado. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. 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 Porque siempre estoy fumado. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Porque siempre estoy fumado. Loco humilde y real de álbum. Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Porque siempre estoy fumado.
Joe Martino.
Cazuleado con los cristales tinteados. Porque siempre estoy fumado.
Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. Okay, you guys, I am fine. I'm focused now. I was looking, like I said, I thought earlier where I was sitting, I thought I saw my neighbor pass me and I thought something was going on with them. I just reached out behind the scenes. They're fine. I don't have to focus on this anymore. But there's a lot of sirens and cop cars flying around where I am. I think it's the warm weather. And this is what we were talking about before on the show, that once it starts to get warm outside and you got people sitting down like bad puppies, they're going to want to rebel. I don't know exactly what's happening in front of me, but I'm saying there's going to be much more instances where people are going to be restless. There's no jobs. They're not liking what's going on in their houses. And again, see, this is why you're connected to the show, because I want to give you guys information that other people are either won't tell you or they're afraid to tell you. Let me say this. I don't know what's going on in the other states. I happen to be broadcasting from New York City, in New York. And I can tell you that I have a really strong feeling that schools will not be going back in session in September, right? And so it's now May, and parents who can and parents who care, I need you to start thinking about alternatives to what your new normal will look like in the face of your children potentially not going back to school in September. I need you to really pay attention to what that might look like. You know what I'm saying? Because it's... You know, I can hear the excuses already. I can kind of hear the excuses coming already of, you know, we didn't have time to disinfect the classrooms. We didn't have time for this. We didn't have time for that. I'm hearing them advocating for an extension of this remote learning. And so even though this is Freaky Fridays, and yes, we talk about naughty things and we'll continue to talk about naughty things, I also want to inform you guys on some things that cross my path and cross my heart and cross my mind to speak to you about, because I want you to be prepared. I want you to be prepared. I don't want it to be a situation where there's a bunch of people outside having mental health issues and things going on because you were unprepared. And so on top of what we discussed last week of the rent moratorium in New York, and you not having to pay rent until August does not mean the rent does not have to get paid. And as I said before, and I will say again, if you're able to, do it. Secure your roof. It will be cold sooner than you know it. And Cuomo and de Blasio's roofs are secure. You guys made sure of that when you voted for them. So please take care of yourself, take care of your family when and if you're able to. Yes, please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Ooh, sucking what now? Ha! Yes, I'm sucking dick and eating KFC at the same time. Nice. Didn't get to suck any dick. I was trying to. I literally. Oh, so let me tell you guys my business, right? So let's get into the business, right? So it's Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. So I literally, tried to preempt the target. And you guys have heard me talking about this heist. And I'm going to, take this guy, got a target in somebody's back. I plan on snatching his ass and just making his whole life better by ensconcing him in my vaginal juices. So I wanted to preempt this heist. And I called this target last night. And I literally offered him a blowjob. I called him up and I said, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with your nether regions. And he turned me down. And, I'm not insulted by that, because he turned me down with a compliment. He says to me, because we've been together before, and he says to me, nope, you're not going to trick me and trap me. I know how good you are at that, so I'm not going to allow you to do that. Because he's still trying to be defiant. Isn't it cute? He's adorable. He's still trying to insist that there's no way I'm going to be able to capture him or whatever. There's been a lot of money, time, and effort spent on this thing. His ass is getting got. And as a matter of fact, because I love you guys so much, when I have him trapped in the space around me, helpless and happy, I will make sure to do a broadcast and take the duct tape off his mouth for long enough for him to say, I've been captured, and how happy he is. I'll allow him to do that. I'll get the opportunity to do that. Anyway, this is Freaky Fridays here on talkradio.com. So no, I did not get to suck any dick. And I did not eat KFC. I've not eaten KFC in a long time. But people do eat from there. And, it is open and they're hiring. And if they're hiring that one, I would like to believe they're hiring the other one. So what you guys can do is go online and check out the sponsors, Lord. Go and check out the franchises, anything to do with eating, supermarkets, restaurants that are still, all those things that you thought were demeaning jobs. That's the ones that's essential workers now. Look how God has a way of leveling things out and turning things around. So the sponsor I wanted to talk about tonight in this 9 o'clock hour, they are sponsoring the next 15 minutes of stuff. So here we go. Make sure I read it properly. Don't want to mess it up. Alrighty. So, have you heard the buzz about essential oils? Well, let me tell you what all the excitement's about. For starters, essential oils are much more than just fragrant. Many are powerful enough to kill viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Would you like to stop catching every cold is going around, instantly relieve a headache, calm hyperactivity and stress, or diminish depression? Well, check out this website. So let me give you guys the website. And I'm going to give you guys the testimony I have with working with these particular products, right? So it's www.DOTERRA.com/US/EN/BETTER-oils-101, right? So let me say this, and I'll post it up. We're going to be working on the website soon. So you guys, everything that we have here that we're speaking about, any sponsors that are intact as we're going forward and we're fixing the website, those things will be available on a clickable link on the website soon. When you go back into the archives, if you need to pause and rewind so you can write something down, please feel free to do so. I also believe they're giving you guys some kind of discount, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I'll become a member and save 25% off of retail pricing, right? So my experience with these products is, so these are essential oils. We have one company that does just fragrant oils. So this would be like the Egyptian musk, the baby powders, all of that, right? But this company has essential oils. These are the ones that you can ingest. You can use them other ways, but these are the ones that you could, for the most part, you can ingest these. I have used the peppermint oil from this company before for headaches, because as you guys have heard me mention before, I'll say again, and I'll be promoting this a lot going forward. You guys are going to take this journey with me. I'm going to be transitioning from eating meat and just living better, eating cleaner, doing things so I can be healthy and around. My target owes me 36 years of happiness. I expect it. I expect to be around for you guys to be able to pass the show along to your friends and family as they get older or more open-minded or whatever, and we will be expanding the platform to talk about more substantive things. But I have used the essential oil, the peppermint oil from this company, for headaches. I suffer from migraines from time to time. I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys on the show before, but I'll give you some information now. I'm an empath, and I have a couple of other skills and gifts that I'm still getting familiar with, but I do suffer from headaches because of this. Yeah. And so I don't like to take pills, and I don't like to obviously drink away my pains. So I've had some peppermint oil before, and I would put it right in the middle of my forehead and on my temples, and it has worked incredibly well. And these things are so potent that you can just use a very little bit, and it's great. Another one of the oils that I've used from them is an orange oil, right? So that one I've used to do some cleaning with. Leaves a really great smell. It also is very good about cleaning like grease and things like that. And I have used one that's called On Guard. Now this one, I got to tell you, is On Guard, ONGUARD. This shit is absolutely amazing. That one, absolutely amazing. All of them. But this one specifically is a virus killer. It kills viruses and bacteria. So my experience with it is I tend to use it when I feel like I've eaten something badly, and I don't like feeling like I'm going to vomit. It's always a horrible thing. I always hated having morning sickness when I was pregnant and things like that. So if I feel nauseous, I'll take a couple drops under my tongue. But what it's really great for is when you're around people, or when the seasons are changing and you're about to get sick, or you feel like you're about to get sick and your throat starts to tickle, or you start to feel a little stuffy nose coming on, whatever. I promise you, at least in my experience, I would use this thing for maybe 3 days, right? 2 drops under my tongue maybe twice a day or something, and this shit knocks out whatever the hell's in there. It knocks it out. I don't know how it does it. I know when you order one of these kits from them, they're a little, I can't say they're expensive. They are a bit pricey, but so worth it. And they do have different levels of what you can get. But think about this. If you were to purchase this thing and you're proactive in what you're doing, it would be much less expensive to go this route than to have to buy a bunch of medications and hospital stays and all kinds of other things, especially in the midst of this pandemic. And one of the key things that you can do to keep yourself from getting sick from this COVID and anything else is always to keep your immune system intact and to keep viruses out of your body. So on our Wellness Wednesdays, at some point, hopefully this gentleman and his wife, or one of the two of them, will come and grace us with some information on these oils and how they work, and give you guys some special discounts and all kinds of things. So this next couple of minutes is sponsored by doTERRA.com's Better RX Essential Oils. Please go back into the archives and listen as many times as you need to get that information, and go on that website and check out what they have and purchase something. And follow them on social media if they have it. I'm not sure if they have it. I'll ask them on Monday if they have any social medias that you guys can connect to them, and just at least go and support them, follow them, and shout them out and say that Talk Radio sent ya. So, as we move along, there was a particular song that they, this next segment, because they are a nice Christian company, they wanted us to play something. They respectfully requested that we play something that was not as lewd during the time in which they sponsor. So we're going to respect that, right? Even though it's Freaky Fridays, we're going to respect that. So I'm going to play right now Carson Luda's No Caption here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Waking up thinking about how we went last night, yeah. Young and I'm living it really like that, yeah. Imagine a bunch of pretty girls and a few of my guys. Imagine that, no caption. Don't gotta say it, I really live this life. Imagine that, take a picture, hold a frame, post up. No caption. Take a picture, hold a frame, post up. No caption, you know I'm on the way, all the way up. Ain't no way down with a feeling, just imagine that. No caption, you know I'm on the way, all the way up. Ain't no way down with a feeling, just imagine that. No caption. I paint a picture, you know it's all HD, yeah. Ain't no decision, just come and live with me, yeah. Imagine a bunch of your pretty friends and a few of my guys. Imagine that, no caption. Don't gotta say it, I really live this life. Imagine that, take a picture, hold a frame, post up. No caption. Take a picture, hold a frame, post up. No caption, you know I'm on the way, all the way up. Ain't no way down with a feeling, just imagine that. No caption, you know I'm on the way, all the way up. Ain't no way down with a feeling, just imagine that. No caption, no caption, no caption, no caption, yeah.
Fridays here on TalkRadio.com. Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com. This segment of the show is being brought to you by mydoterra.com/betterrx essential oils. It's a really great thing when you guys, like I said, when you go back into the archives, go ahead and check out and listen to what the website is. Go ahead over there and check them out. I will find out if they have social media for you guys to, you know, follow and shout out and support and all that. And so we're going to keep this segment going. It is a husband and wife team that is doing this from this particular website. I think it's one of those things where there's lots of people that do it, but you always want to follow the person that's directly connected to the show, because you get better stuff and better discounts and hello, duh, right? So we'll keep it going here in this sexy segment of the show for this husband and wife who wanted to be connected here. Let's see. I'm going to play Around from Sun Queen Kelsey here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Practicing my smile. I wanna be perfect. When I get to see you, when I get to be closer to you. I'm a brave girl, but you make me nervous. I know I'm deserving. I hope you like surprises. What I'm about to tell you, and what I'm about to show you, and what I'ma say, and what I'ma do. What I'm about to tell you, and what I'm about to show you, and what I'ma say to make you a believer. You might think you've been around the world before, but baby, it's my turn. Baby, it's my turn. And you might think you had it all. You say you're getting bored, but baby, it's my turn. Baby, it's my turn to make your world go around and around and around, round, round, round. To make your world go around and around and around, round, round, round. Come here, let me talk to you real quick. Trying to get you for a while. You know the saying, good Blessings come to those who wait. Shoot your shot, don't hesitate. I'm trying to give you more than butterflies. I'm more than meets the eye, more than you can dream of. And you don't have to turn out the lights. I told you I'm gonna make you a believer. 'Cause you think you've been around the world before, but baby, it's my turn. Baby, it's my turn. And you might think you had it all. You say you're getting bored, but baby, it's my turn. Baby, it's my turn. So make your world go around and around and around, round, round, round. So make your world go around and around and around, round, round, round. So make your world go around and around. Make your world go I'ma make you a believer. I'ma make you a believer.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Friday. That was from Sun Queen Kelsey here on Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com with your host, Cypher Kai. So again, at the request of this new sponsor with their essential oils, and they have these products that can help you, physically and just make you feel really, really good. It's good for meditation and stuff as well. They did have a request, even though they are wise enough to broadcast with us here on this Freaky Fridays. They accept the platform that we have. They did make a request, as they're a husband and wife, that they wanted us to take it a little easy on the things that we played in the 15 minutes that they specifically chose to sponsor this evening. So I'm going to honor that. And anybody who wants to be a sponsor of the show, if you want to promote your business or you want to promote your music, sales, hit us up at sales with an email at sales@tawkradio.com. And if you have specific requests, we will try to honor it. But please, please, please have yourself or your staff listen to the show for the tone of the show. We do not do refunds. Please know what you're walking into. If you have specific requests and we can honor it, we will try really hard to do so. But this is an adult platform. It is. It's Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. It is an adult platform. That is what that is, right? As we're expanding and the other days are not as profane, you can work out something where maybe things are advertised then and not on the Fridays. Like I said, to the best of our ability, if you want to be connected with us and we can accommodate you in some way, we will. But I'm not going to change the content of the show to run your ad. Just so you're aware. Just need to be very mindful of that. So we're going to play right now Candy Willett's Cloud 9 here on Freaky Fridays to close out this segment that's sponsored by this new company, mydoterra.com/BetterRx Essential Oils 101. And you guys can go back into the archive to hear exactly what the website is and go and support them and buy some things for yourself and your family and build up your immune system and such. So this is Candy Willett's Cloud 9 here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
I wish my butt was bigger, I wish my head was smaller, I wish I had more self-control, I wish I didn't wonder, I wish I had more money, I wish I knew exactly where I wanted to go, I thought it'd be so easy. I wish the sky was brighter, I wish the day was longer, I wish I felt all the love of a higher power, I wish I never faded, I wonder if I'll make it, I wish I never knew the pain of being broken hearted, yeah. But there's something about there's no doubt in your eyes, got me on cloud 9. Every time you
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com. I'm sorry, you guys. I think I might have missed that by a few seconds. But again, it's live radio. Thank you for staying tuned in and locked in. Tonight's topic, at least the first one, was should strippers teach their daughters their trade? Should they teach them how to dance as well? Okay. So someone's saying, no, Mr. Ware in the chat room, in the public chat room, is saying, no, not unless her daughter was given a choice and that's something she wants to do, then yes. Don't assume that's something she wants to do and just start teaching her. Good point, right? And so I find, like I said, there's a lot of guys who seem to have been outraged. A lot of the consensus that's coming in from all the messaging. And if you guys want to message live as well, it's 347-651-2468 and leave your information there. But there's a lot of guys that are saying, you know what, I made a valid point earlier that they didn't take into account that when they're ogling these women and slapping them in their asses in the clubs and stuff, that yes, at some point they were somebody's little girls as well. And right. And so what does it really take to go from daddy's little girl to being someone that's working in these clubs? And again, it is a choice, because some women are very sexually liberated and they find it empowering to do this. They realize that they have a talent. They realize they're flexible. They realize they can make a lot of money with it. You know, different reasons why they get into the game. A lot of them, though, are having daddy issues. A lot of them are having to struggle, and they realize that the asset that they have is usually their ass or their vagina, and they found a way to market it and be in control of it, as opposed to being a streetwalker or a prostitute. You don't really require a pimp to dance. Just a little flexibility and a place to show your ass, literally, and you can make some money. So it's definitely a topic we're going to bring up another time as well, when I got some people sitting with me, and I know we were supposed to have a sit down in a strip club. Those things are still, well, depends on what this new normal looks like, but we were supposed to do, I know I had invited some porn stars and some strippers to sit with me, to speak with me about the different facets of their business. You know, we look at it one way when we sit there and we indulge in watching porn and things. Those of us who do it, I do, I'm not ashamed to say it, I do watch porn. A lot more than, well, not as much as I used to, but I definitely still watch it, and I enjoy it. It serves its purpose. But those who do the business, I'd like to know all of their business. I want to know the underbelly of it, the things that we don't see on the cameras. Obviously, there's not people that are squirting, using their vaginas as hydrants. They're not wet all the time. How do you get yourself enticed and turned on when it's someone that you're not attracted to, or you're arguing off camera? It's all kinds of interesting shit. I want to get all in their business. And they agreed to come. So I do have access to 2 porn stars. I'm not going to say their names right now. 2 porn stars and a whole lot of strippers. And I want some guys who go to the strip clubs and stuff as well. And if I can get a male porn star, I will. I haven't found any yet that's willing to come and talk with me, but I'll reach out to 1 or 2 people and see who's willing to do it. So we'll have some interesting conversations coming up, as well as when the platform is expanding, we're going to have some conversations. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, with some spiritual leaders about their take on current events and how, you know, their perspective on sex and sexual relations, and what they explain and what they display to their congregations and things like that. Because we have people from all walks of life that listen to the show. I know for a fact that there are several Sabbath keepers that are tuned into my show tonight, that listen to my archives as soon as their Sabbaths are over. So we have people from all over. I know I already have a Seventh-day Adventist pastor that agreed to come and sit with me. I do have a Israelite who agreed to sit with me, and a Christian pastor, 1 male and 1 female in 2 different churches, who will sit with me at one time or another and have the discussions with me on this platform. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So what I wanted to touch on tonight, though, is I'd come across an ad where Katy Perry is now pregnant. She's 35 years old. She's an American Idol judge, and she's expecting a daughter in the summer. And she was, you know, just being real, and she was saying that she's suffering from depression and a bit of anxiety because of the pandemic and the fact she's pregnant. It derailed a lot of her, I guess, plans that she had, but she finds herself a lot of times, you know, sitting in her car and crying, you know, just crying. And the thing is, you're really emotional when you're pregnant anyway, right? Because that's just a thing. All our hormones are fucked up, and we're always either horny or hungry or crying. It's like the only 3 emotions we have until closer to time to having the baby, and then we're in fucking pain all the time and wondering, why the fuck won't you come out? Can't you just cut my belly open and walk out yourself? Oh my God. But anyway, again, another conversation for another time. But the fact that, you know, these celebrities are humans too, and people don't tend to remember that. But there is a lot of mental health issues that will come from this pandemic, whatever, if people are not mindful. And you're not going to hear me all the time saying, you know, run to God. You should, right? And I'm going to say that because you should. But have conversations, have honest conversations. And I'm listening to behind the scenes. I've got my own friends and I've got my own family that are dealing with things. And so, of course, everybody calls me because they figure, you know, this is what I do. So they call me for advice and whatever anyway. But I find that people are just not having enough honest conversations with themselves, because you really can't have an honest conversation with anybody else if your internal dialogue is off, right? If you are not speaking your truth to yourself, how can you make anybody else see it, hear it, or understand it? Right? I get deep from time to time. I get deep from time to time. You guys can take this and run with this and use this. But this is what it is, right? If you are still convinced that when all of this is over, things will go back to the way they are, you're not being honest with yourself. Right? And in these delusions can become very dangerous, because then your crash comes harder and more unexpected. And this is why I say to you guys, start preparing yourself for what your specific new normal is. There are some people that will be elevated in the midst of this. It does not have to be doom. It does not have to be gloom. Some people will be elevated. So, you know what? I didn't really like my job anyway. And so now let me assess what I can do. There are some people that actually like their families and they're enjoying having the time around them. And so they're going to sit and come up with a plan that works for them. But you have to start speaking your truths to yourself. Even if you have to lay down just with the lights off and quiet your mind and think, okay, this is what my situation is right now, whatever it is. And think to yourself, where do you want to go? What do you want from this? And then based on the things you have around you now, how do you get there? Yeah? For you specifically, a lot of people are going to hurt through this, and it's not your job to fix and heal everyone through this. And as I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to myself as well, because I tend to try to play Captain Save 'em all the fucking time. You know, I take the superhero complex I have entirely too far, right? Because I think I'm Batman. And I think I'm being rude. I am Batman. I'm just saying. But I think you guys need to really start thinking about what is this next movement for you and your family, so that it doesn't catch you off guard and fuck you up. Saying, don't let it catch you off guard and fuck you up. Don't be caught like that. This is Freaky Fridays here on Talk Radio. I'm your host, Cypher Kai. Like I said, I'm wanting to give away some sex toys to someone that works in a hospital, specifically tonight. So if you're on and you want these toys, or if you listen in the archive, because I know the hospital staff is extremely busy. They pop in and out and keep saying, we're here, but they got all these emergencies happening. So they might not begin to listen to the show in its entirety, and maybe not until in the archive. So I extend it to you there as well. If you listen to the archives and you want one of the 2 sex toys we're giving away, we do have a paddle and a vaginal egg. And you want one of these 2 giveaway gifts from Talk Radio, text us at 347-651-2468. Say you want it. Tell me your name and your address, and the first person to do that, we will send you an email for Talk Radio, so you know that you're the winner. Get your information and such, and you know. So that's a text live number. We can't answer you back on that line, but you can text us in the archives or when we're live, 347-651-2468. Okay, so I wanted to just touch on those few things. Like I said, the stripper thing. If you have any commentary about the stripper situation from tonight, or any other archives you listen to, whatever information is given to you in those archives, feel free to follow up with that and reach out and leave information. If you listen from the website, www.tawkradio.com/shows, there's a player there and a talking bubble. You can click it, go somewhere, it takes you somewhere, you know, and interactive there as well. I believe you can do that still even in the archives. So yes, do that. We're going to play some more music here on the show to wind down the evening, almost coming up on that 90-minute time frame. Let me leave you guys on a high note. Let's see what I feel like playing tonight. I feel like some more bangarang. Do I have any more bangarang music in here? Do I? Let's play some independent artist music here. So I'm going to play Gorilla Mode from Gorilla Zoe, I believe. Mode from Gorilla Zoe as one of our independent artists here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Oh yeah, we just having fun with this shit now. For real. You know what it is. Yeah. Look. Shawty sending me pictures on my Snapchat, ayy. She sending me $signs, I ain't paying for that, ayy. Trying to snatch my neck, I ain't going for that, ayy. I keep my circle small, like a cul-de-sac, ayy. Broke the fucking knob, push it to the max, ayy. I'm talking 20%, niggas getting taxed, ayy. I ain't talking cheese, I'm riding with a Mac, ayy. Round of applause, niggas getting clapped, ayy. Broke all the rules, I was a knucklehead. Posted at the graveyard, counting up the dead. I got 4-5 different hustles, ducking and dodging the feds. I chill running up a check and I ain't use my legs. She say I got all the hoes, where they at though? Bitch please, I'm just focused on my cash flow. Time is money, ain't got no time for a broke hoe. Down bad, no C notes. Now your car getting repoed. I'm dripping again. Hurricane wrist, I'm whipping again. Bitches on pitches, I'm pimping again. Ain't no cap, I do not pretend. Most of these niggas, they lie on they dick. Talking to cops, they giving out tips. Gorilla mode with banana clips. Flip the money, acrobatic shit. Shawty sending me pictures on my Snapchat, ayy. She sending me $signs, I ain't paying for that, ayy. Trying to snatch my neck, I ain't going for that, ayy. I keep my circle small, like a cul-de-sac, ayy. Broke the fucking knob, push it to the max, ayy. I'm talking 20%, niggas getting taxed, ayy. I ain't talking cheese, I'm riding with a Mac, ayy. Round of applause, niggas getting clapped. Gallery in my back pocket, I got 10 different clips, Slave master with the whips, Queso, I'm a dip, Fourth quarter, I'm drunk as fuck, still pouring up me a fifth, ayy. Locked jaw with them loose lips, pussy wet like a cruise ship. She got good brain like scholarships, I got good aim with hollow tips. Hella swag, walking like a pimp. Hella sauce, look at how I drip. You feeling crunchy like potato chips. You butterfingers, nigga, get a grip. Pulling up in that new thing, inside chocolate like an M&M. I ain't really into that babysitting. Take your baby mama back to the crib. I'ma eat her good with a baby bib. She gon' suck me good, then swallow kids. Ain't coming up for no oxygen. Good brain, she intelligent. Shut up, bitch, you don't love me. You need to stop all that cap for real. Shawty sending me pictures on my Snapchat, ayy. She sending me $signs, I ain't paying for that, ayy. Trying to snatch my neck, I ain't going for that, ayy. I keep my circle small, like a cul-de-sac, ayy. Broke the fucking knob, push it to the max, ayy. I'm talking 20%, niggas getting taxed, ayy. I ain't talking cheese, I'm riding with a Mac, ayy. Round of applause, niggas getting clapped, ayy.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays, Freaky fucking Fridays here on TalkRadio.com. So, I'm gonna do an exterlude, goddammit, and I made up a word. And yes, so I decided on Talk Radio we have our own goddamn vocabulary, the exterlude for the evening. So, shout out to Miss Maya, the R&B singer who's making a comeback in 2020. Those of you who are grown and fucking sexy will know who she is. Miss Maya's making a comeback for 2020, and she was so lovely to reach out to us and thank us for playing her music on the show a couple weeks ago. So we're going to do her this solid again. I want her to be out and much more successful than she was. Much love to you, Miss Maya. Hopefully you're now a fan of the show and you're tuned in. And so we're going to go out, leave you as the last thing on these people's minds tonight after this very grown-ass conversation this evening. So this is Miss Maya. This one is called You Got Me Part 2, the dirty version on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
When I showed up by myself, should've had my homegirl with me to stay on track, cause I laid back with a six-pack and a Maybach. Damn, you put a spell on me, never seen it coming. All this time you had my line, wasn't even checking for you, but in person it hit different. Real talk, real shit, you know what you be doing. You got me. You got me, you got me, boy, say you got me, you got me, you got me, you got me, boy, yeah, you got me. I thought I was stronger than this, you had me at hello, I ain't used to this. You feeling safe and warm. Or maybe it's your smile got me out here traveling miles. Or could it be that sexy voice that leaves a girl with no choice? I feel myself giving up, feel myself giving in. I can't fight this feeling that I'm feeling. I thought I was stronger than this, but you got me going crazy, saying baby, and it's such a damn shame. Thought I was harder than this, but now I'm thinking babies can't believe you got me acting this way. You hit me like a ton of bricks, broke me down and got me there. Can't even undo this shit, 'cause my heart belongs to you, baby. You got me, you got me, you got me, you got me, boy. You got me, 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 boy. Yeah, you got me. I thought I was stronger than this. Yeah, happy, yeah, hello, I ain't used to this. You got me, you got me, you got me, you got me, you got me. My heart belongs to you. Yeah, you got me. Ooh, my heart belongs to you. My heart, you got me. My heart belongs to you. My heart, 'cause my heart belongs to you. My heart belongs to you only. My heart belongs to you only. My heart, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you got me, oh baby, you got me. I just don't know what to do with myself anymore.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. Thank you, Miss Maya, for that excellent. Tonight's episode, the main topic anyway, was should strippers teach their daughters their trade? Yeah, so we had a nice, interesting conversation about that. If you're just coming on, shout out to Mr. Venn, who's in the public chat room. Shout out to Mr. Venn in the public chat room. I don't know if you've been there with us the whole time. I hope so. But you only made yourself known recently. Just now. We're coming off right now. Shout out to the new sponsor. That would be mydoterra.com/betterrx/essential oils 101. Go back into the archive to listen to hear their exact website. Go over and look into their products. Purchase some things, and I know they said if you become a member you save like 25% on stuff, so go ahead and check that stuff out. I gave my testimony about how their products work for me. Hopefully you'll have the same or a better experience if you decide to utilize some of their things. Shout out to the Sick brand, SYCBRAND, simple yet complicated. Go over and shout them out on Instagram, Facebook, buy some things, let them know you heard about it on Talk Radio. Shout out to Pure Plant Tonics, you guys are just effing amazing. I just want to always shout you guys out. Shout out to Mr. Ware, who's always hanging out with, he's like a super fan. He's like a fucking super fan. He's amazing. Shout out also again to the staff at New York Presbyterian Hospital, at Kings County Hospital, at Brookdale Hospital, and also now I've heard there are people tuned in from Brooklyn Hospital. Special shout out to the biocontainment unit team at the University of Maryland Hospital in Baltimore, who was tuned in and turned up with us earlier. Shout out to Mr. B and Danny, the Photog Udenic Media. Shout out to the wellness consultant. Shout out to the life reconstruction strategist, and a special shout out that I say with my face bent up and twisted to the goddamn ungrateful ass target who will be captured soon enough and live on the air, speaking of the pleasures that are being rained down on his little ungrateful ass. Anyway, so okay, yeah, you got in late. Yeah, you're against what? Oh, you're against it. Okay. If that's what her mom wants to do, fine, but don't impose that on your child. Okay. So I just had to slip in Mr. Vent's comment anyway, right? Slip it in anyway. Married? I'm not married. Anyway, somebody's hit me up with crazy things in the background. So you guys tune in next week for our show. I was supposed to look up and see what it's supposed to be about next week. I do not know. But no, you know what I'll do? I'm going to play one more song. And I'm going to go and find it because I know it was all laid out. Like the interns have been feverishly working. So I know whatever the show is about next week is put down someplace. I shall find it. I will find it and let you guys know. So I'm going to play, what am I in the mood to play tonight? Oh, you know what? I will play some soca again because I'm in that kind of vibe. So Mr. Skinny Fabulous will grace us one more time this evening with his song that I played earlier. Yes, I played it earlier. And so what? I will play it again. This is Vincey People, Skinny Fabulous here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Yeah. You see that place called 784? It's a different planet altogether.
Hey, hey, I see them lighters, pagan lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan. Boom, Vincey People. Nobody no bad like Vincey People. No, nobody no bad like Vincey People. Watching them with time up on your vehicle. Them Vincey People. Hey, I say we mad and we all. We bad all abroad. Some of the people them shouting no God. When we go party, we party in hard. Take off your shoe, put it up in the air. Tell the security that we no care. Help on the table, stand up on a chair. Take out your matches and let them go flare. Lighters, pagan, lighters, pagan, I see lighters. Pagan, lighters, pagan, I see lighters. Pagan, lighters, pagan, I see lighters. Pagan. Boom, Vincey People. Nobody no bad like Vincey People. No, nobody no bad like Vincey People. Watching them with time up on your vehicle. Them Vincey People. Hey, everything that when we mash up the tongue. Be a blessing when we jump in a wrong. One in the weed and we drinking the rum. Mash up the floor when we champ on the gong. Vincey me go and a Vincey me from. You know that me born from the dead and me born. Me gal and me rock and me flag and me hand. To turn up the fete is the only mission. Not on the south, on the east, on the west. Fire and loot, that's mash up the fete. Hyper 4000 and crab of finesse. Big up to Casper, she up in the fete. Royal and Lassie and all of the rest. Zigs, pixel times in the set. Small circuit, never see nothing yet. Teachers come and she mash up the fete. Help on film, but we cannot forget. Big up Jimsy because we give him respect. Problem child, he does right for the best. Mason and Rock and make everything wet. Skinny Fabulous, I come off for the jet. When I mash up the fete, if you give me the check. Anywhere me step, place of a wreck. I don't know that we as Vincey People. Nobody no bad like Vincey People. Watch it them with time up on your vehicle. Nobody no bad like Vincey People. Them Vincey People. Hey, lighters, pagan, lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan, lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan, lighters, pagan I see lighters, pagan. 784, yeah, 784, yeah, 784. This is the 784. Lord, Vincey People. Nobody no bad like Vincey People. Nobody no mad like Vincey People. Watch it them we jump on your vehicle. Them Vincey People. Boom blast.
Slow down, girl, let me love you. Darling, I care for you more than my own self. Darling, I'll share with you all good news and well. Say, we can have just one night, or we can have one whole life if we play it cool. Yeah, we can have that one thing, or we can have everything if our hearts are true. Girl, slow down,
fantasizing, just looking in your eyes. You know I'm looking for more, and you're what I've been praying for. This kind of love don't come around like this. I'm not one to play around like this. It's so real.
Talkradio.com, TAWKradio.com with your host, Cypher Kai, on Freaky Fridays.
And I love how it feels. I love it when we slowly sway. I love it when we think the same thing. I love the way we move, the way we move. Yeah. We can have every night, yeah. We can have every day. Ooh, I want you to. I need you. Darling, slow down, slow down. Let me love you.
Talkradio.com's Freaky Fridays, Freaky Friday. So next week's topic is going to be, is it a deal breaker if your partner does not suck and swallow, I believe. The sidebar is that they pay all of the bills. So is it a deal breaker for you if you're with your partner, they take care of everything, but they do not engage in oral sex? Right? Conversation that we're going to have should be very, very interesting. You guys know my stance on oral sex. One of my favorite topics and favorite pastimes that I don't get to indulge in very much anymore, or actually at all. I don't get to indulge at all anymore. But we'll definitely talk about that next week. So that's the topic, next week's topic. So I try to tell you guys what the topic is going to be for the week coming up, so that if it's something that you want to talk to your partner about, a conversation you need to start in a sneaky way, you can kind of position them in front of the radio or wherever you're going to tune into this from and start a conversation. This is all about conversation starting and having grown-ass conversations to get what you want. So next week's conversation is going to be, is it a deal breaker if your partner's not into oral sex effectively? That's kind of what it is. And the sidebar is that they're the ones paying all of the bills. So we'll discuss that next week on Freaky Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai on TAWK Radio. Yes. So www.tawkradio.com/shows. That's where you will find us next week, and all the other times find the archives there. Also on Spotify, iHeart, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podcast Chaser, and a couple of other things. Just punch in TAWK Radio and look for the blue lips. You'll find us. Until next week, you guys stay safe and have lots of great times self-pleasing, self-pleasuring. If you are lucky enough to have a partner who you've been sucking with all this time, who can still tolerate, that's got some good sex skills, indulge, enjoy, get a couple nuts off of me. Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.